Okay, so yes, this possibly may be the geekiest conversation we'll be having today, but bear with me. And I thought about showing a spreadsheet and decided against that. It's about RFM analysis, but it's also about a bigger question that you need to ask about your business. The fundamental, most important question that you need to ask about your business is, who are your best customers? The simple truth is your best source of future business is your current customers. And loyal customers can contribute revenue to your business in 5 different ways. So finding those best customers, understanding who they are, understanding what they're looking for, understanding how to communicate is a fundamental thing that you should be doing in your business, regardless of the type of business that you have. And RFM analysis is an old direct marketing, catalog marketing analysis technique. It's actually the underpinning for an awful lot of the very sophisticated online targeting technology that you hear about that big companies are using. When you dig into the fundamental principles behind, you'll find RFM. It's a proven technique, it's a powerful technique, and it's not that hard to do. So the objective of RFM analysis is to find who your best customers are. I posted a thing on LinkedIn the other day, all the marketing in the world is not going to change a potential customer's need state. If they don't need what you're offering, they're not going to see your marketing. Full stop. So, equally, if they do need what you're offering, they will most assuredly see your marketing, so you want to be there. So how do you find them? So let's define what RFM is. It's an acronym, and it stands for recency, frequency, and monetary. And it works on the idea that the customer who bought from you most recently, who buys from you most frequently, and who spends the most money with you is the customer who's most likely to buy from you again. So RFM, recency, frequency, monetary. And if you think about how I define those terms, this really is a mathematics way of defining who your best customers are. Every customer base will have a common characteristic. The numbers may be different depending on your category that you're working in, but 20% of customers are going to be driving 80% of your business. That same 20% of customers reflect a group in the larger category, where 20% of the category participants are driving 80% of the revenue in the category. That a 1 to 2% increase in the loyalty of their customer base generated a 20 to 80% increase in the net present value of that customer base. Now, you might ask the question, well, that's pretty awesome, but why such a big range? Why 20% to 80%? Well, what drove that range when we dug into it was customer bases that had a disproportionate number of these best customers, these heavy category users. Your increase in loyalty would have a much larger impact. So RFM is a technique that you can use to help find your best customers. And then once you've found them, let's get practical for a second. That's awesome, James. I now know who my 20% is, or 18%, or 25%. I mean, like I said before, the specific numbers will vary depending on the business, but who are the minority of your customers who are driving the majority of your revenue? Now what? Well, Once you've identified who they are, go to your email marketing. And what you want to do is you want to tag those customers in your list so that you can start treating them differently. They will, in fact, they will welcome more frequent communication because they have a heavy need for whatever it is that you're offering. Now, caveat here, or a caution. These folks are heavy category users. They're very knowledgeable. They're not your average customer. They're not the average consumer. They understand deeply what you're offering. They understand deeply what your competitors are offering. Recognize this when you're creating content for them. Don't start preaching at them about how awesome your product is. They already know. That's why they're a best customer. Talk to them about other ways they can use the product. Talk to them about other ways that they can improve their business. Talk to them about other products that you offer that might make sense for them, but do it from the point of view of they understand what you're offering. I know it sounds obvious, but people don't do it, right? So RFM analysis is a great way to find those people. And obviously, if you're in an e-commerce situation, you can download transactional data and do spreadsheets and analysis and link things, and it can get very geeky and very techy and et cetera, et cetera. And that's fine, but don't worry about that. The concept. Who has bought from you most frequently? Say thank you to them. Acknowledge them. Tell them that they have made a good choice. Who buys from you most frequently? One of the 5 relationship marketing principles that I talk about is good customers expect to be rewarded. They know who they are. Who buys from you most frequently? And then who spends the most money with you? Start to segment your list, start to segment your communication, start to segment your marketing with the insights that you get from looking at your customer base against these 3 data points. Who bought from you most recently, who buys from you most frequently, and who spends the most money with you?